Look at your life right now, not the life you dream about, not the life you talk about, the life you are actually living, the habits you keep repeating, the time you keep wasting, the comfort you keep choosing, that soft, quiet voice in your head that says, do it tomorrow. That voice isn't protecting you, it is burying you. Laziness is not just a bad habit. Laziness is an enemy. And if you don't destroy it, it will destroy every version of the future you say you want. You weren't put here to sleep through opportunity. You weren't built to scroll while others build. You weren't designed to live a small, forgettable, average life. But that's exactly where you're heading if you keep choosing comfort over growth. Every hour wasted is a brick in the prison you are building for yourself. Every excuse you make is another chain around your potential. And the worst part, time doesn't stop. Time doesn't care. While you delay, someone else is becoming who you were supposed to be. Let me tell you a hard truth. Motivation is not coming. Discipline is the only savior you've got. Successful people don't wake up feeling like it. They wake up deciding to move, deciding to work, deciding to suffer now so they can live free later. Comfort is a drug, and you are overdosing on it every single day you choose the easy path. If your life feels hard right now, good. That is the sound of growth trying to enter, but only if you answer it with action. You say you want money. You say you want respect. You say you want power, freedom, and status. But your daily routine says something else. Your routine says weakness. Your routine says delay. Your routine says fear. And results only listen to routine. The mirror never lies. If you hate what you see, don't beg for change. Become change. Kill the lazy version of you before it kills the successful one you could become right now, this moment. Decide. Decide that today is the last day you live like a background character in your own story. Decide to wake up earlier, move faster, work harder, speak less, and do more. Decide to be obsessed with progress. Feel the pain, accept the pressure, and let it sharpen you. Lazy people wait for life to happen. Dangerous people make life happen. You think laziness is harmless. You think skipping one task, one workout, 1 hour of study, or one call to action won't matter. You tell yourself, I'll catch up later. It's just one day. But let me tell you something. That one day is a thief. Laziness doesn't make noise. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come dressed as a villain. It comes dressed as comfort, as ease, as the harmless whisper in your ear that says, relax, take it easy, enjoy the moment. And while you're relaxing, while we're taking it easy, life is passing you by, opportunity is slipping through your fingers, and your potential is shrinking quietly, invisibly, but inexorably. Every hour wasted compounds. Every day delayed builds a mountain of missed chances, and the weight of that mountain will crush you before you even realize it. You wake up one day, look in the mirror, and ask yourself why your life isn't where you want it to be. And the answer stares back at you silently. You chose laziness over action. You chose comfort over progress. You let the easiest path define your journey, and the cost has been immense. The future you imagine, the version of yourself that wakes up early, works hard, dominates, and builds wealth, success, and freedom, that version isn't coming unless you fight laziness. The quiet enemy sitting inside you, whispering excuses, tolerating mediocrity, will destroy that future if you let it. There's no warning shot. There's no second chance. Laziness doesn't negotiate. It's relentless. Every time you delay a task, every time you scroll instead of act, every time you sleep an extra hour instead of grinding, you are eroding the foundation of your life. You think skipping 1 hour won't matter? Do the math. Skip 1 hour every day, and in a month, that's 30 hours lost. In a year, that's 365 hours stolen from the one person who should matter most, yourself. Imagine if you invested that same time into building skills, earning money, improving your body, sharpening your mind, or creating opportunities. That's the difference between a life of regret and a life of dominance. That's the difference between watching other people succeed while you sit on the sidelines and being the person everyone watches succeed. The power of laziness lies in its subtlety. It doesn't scream. It doesn't punch you in the face. It creeps in through small compromises, one missed workout, one skipped goal, one I'll do it tomorrow. And then it spreads like a disease until ambition feels heavy, effort feels exhausting, and even thinking about work becomes a burden. That's how it destroys quietly. That's how it kills potential before it ever has a chance to breathe. You have to wake up and see it for what it is, an enemy disguised as comfort. Every time you let it win, you are choosing failure. Every time you delay action, you are signing a contract with mediocrity. And the world doesn't wait for excuses. Opportunity doesn't ask politely. Time doesn't pause for your comfort. The people you admire, the people who inspire you, they aren't waiting around for laziness to pass. They are moving, grinding, taking every second, every opportunity, every advantage, and turning it into success. And while they move, you stand still, slowly disappearing into irrelevance. Every second you hesitate is another second your future disappears. Every excuse, every delay, every ounce of laziness is a brick in the cage you are building around yourself. You are already stronger than laziness. You already have the tools, the ability, the potential. But recognizing the enemy is the first step. Spot it before it consumes you. Fight it with relentless action, with accountability, with a refusal to accept comfort over growth. Laziness is killing your future right now, quietly, silently, invisibly, and the only way to stop it is to act immediately, to move relentlessly, to refuse delay, to embrace discomfort, and to turn every second into a weapon against it. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels easy. Comfort feels like the reward you deserve for existing. But that feeling is a lie. Comfort is a trap, a silent assassin. And the more you chase it, the smaller your world becomes. Every moment you choose ease over effort, every time you take the soft path instead of the hard one, you're shrinking your potential. You think staying in your comfort zone makes life easier? It makes life smaller. It makes your dreams distant. It builds invisible walls around you, walls that keep you safe from failure, but also keep you trapped from success. Look around. Look at the people you admire. The ones who dominate, the ones who seem unstoppable. None of them got there by lounging in comfort. None of them achieved wealth, respect, or freedom by choosing convenience. They sought challenges. They thrived in discomfort. They stared fear in the face, embraced the grind, and made struggle their ally. Comfort is seductive because it feels good now, but it's a slow death for your future. Every choice to remain comfortable compounds into habits of weakness. You wake up late instead of early, scroll instead of create, sit instead of move, and you tell yourself it's fine. It's not fine. That small compromise today becomes a pattern tomorrow. And soon you are living a life designed by mediocrity, built on excuses, and cemented by fear of discomfort. The world rewards those who can endure, who can sacrifice short-term ease for long-term power. Winners choose hard. They chase pressure, they chase growth, they chase opportunities that scare them because they know comfort has nothing to give them. Comfort is the enemy hiding in plain sight. It whispers, rest, wait, relax, while your goals scream, move, act, fight. You can't serve two masters. Either you serve comfort and stagnate, or you serve ambition and grow. There is no neutral ground. You cannot be comfortable and extraordinary at the same time. Every great achievement, every massive success story has discomfort stitched into it. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the rejections, the failures, all of it is the cost of greatness. If you avoid discomfort, you avoid progress. If you chase comfort, you chase nothing but regret. You must crave pressure, embrace struggle, and let difficulty sharpen you. Comfort is not just a pause, it's a thief. It steals your energy, it steals your focus, it steals your future. You think staying safe protects you? It doesn't. Safety never built an empire. Safety never changed the world. Safety never turned a dream into reality. The world belongs to those willing to feel pain, to endure stress, to face uncertainty, and to move forward while others hesitate. You can feel that sting of discomfort now, or you can feel the sting of failure later. The choice is yours. Each time you opt for comfort, think of the opportunities slipping by, the skills left unlearned, the wealth left unearned, the status left unattained. Comfort is a liar, a mask hiding decay, a velvet rope holding you back from the life you crave. You must see it, confront it, and reject it. Make discomfort your ally. Make it the fuel that drives you when others rest. Make it the weapon that breaks mediocrity and builds dominance. Because greatness is not born from comfort. It is forged in the fire of struggle, persistence, and relentless effort against the easiest path. The moment you start chasing comfort over growth, you are choosing failure disguised as safety. And every second you hesitate, comfort tightens its grip and your dreams drift further away. Excuses are the silent killers of potential. They seem harmless at first, a way to protect yourself from failure or discomfort, but every excuse you make is a chain locking you in mediocrity. I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired. I don't have the time. It's not the right moment. Each one sounds reasonable when you say it out loud, but the truth is each one is a lie you tell yourself so you don't have to face the work, the struggle, the responsibility of creating your life. Excuses are seductive because they make you feel safe, like you are avoiding harm or risk, but in reality, they are building a cage around your potential. They keep you small, invisible, average, and powerless. Every excuse you utter is a brick in the prison of your own making, and the walls of this prison are growing higher every day, making it harder and harder to escape. You want freedom, but freedom requires action. You want success, but success demands sacrifice. You want power, but power comes to those willing to face discomfort. Excuses are the roadblocks on the path to everything you desire, and they appear disguised as justifications, reasons, or timing. The moment you say, I can't, is the moment you surrender. You hand your life over to laziness, fear, and weakness. Excuses are the soft voice convincing you that delay is acceptable, that comfort is okay, that settling is normal. They are invisible chains that bind ambition and suffocate potential. The harsh reality is this: no one cares about your excuses. The world doesn't pause because you feel tired. Opportunities don't wait for your mood to improve. The successful people you admire, the ones dominating industries, changing lives, or building empires, they didn't succeed because life was convenient. They succeeded because they refused to make excuses. They refused to accept the easy path. They refused to let circumstances dictate their results. Excuses give you temporary relief, a false sense of control, a moment of comfort, but they steal your future. They steal your confidence, your skills, your wealth, and your influence. Every time you justify inaction, you are adding another ink to the chain around your wrists. And the longer you wait, the heavier the chains become. It starts small, one skipped task, one delayed decision, one half-hearted attempt. Then it grows. Then it becomes habit. Then it becomes identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who can't, who won't, who always delays. And at that point, breaking free feels impossible because you've convinced yourself that excuses define who you are. But here's the truth. Every chain can be broken. Every excuse can be destroyed. It requires a relentless refusal to lie to yourself. It requires brutal honesty. You must look at yourself in the mirror and confront the reality. Your excuses are not protecting you, they are killing you. The moment you stop blaming, stop justifying, stop rationalizing, and start taking responsibility, you shatter the chains. You take the first step toward power. You take the first step toward freedom. You take the first step toward dominating your own life. Excuses are comfortable, but comfort kills. Excuses are familiar, but familiarity traps. Excuses feel safe, but safety is a lie when it keeps you from growth. Every single second you spend making excuses is a second your competitors, your peers, and your future selves are moving ahead. You have everything you need to act, to achieve, to win. The only thing holding you back is your voice convincing you to delay, to pause, to settle. The chains are there, but they are not unbreakable. You break them with action, with discipline, with relentless refusal to surrender to the lie that delay is acceptable, that excuses are harmless, that comfort is safety, and that failure can be avoided by doing nothing. Every time you say yes to excuses, you are saying no to yourself, your potential, and the life you could have had. Motivation is a fleeting spark. It comes in waves, it comes and goes, and it rarely shows up when you need it most. You wake up some days feeling unstoppable, ready to conquer, ready to move mountains. And on other days, even the simplest task feels like a battle. That's the nature of motivation. It is unreliable, it is inconsistent, it is not enough to carry you to the life you want. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't depend on mood, it doesn't depend on energy, it doesn't wait for you to feel like it. Discipline is showing up when you don't want to, doing the work when every fiber of your being is screaming to quit, pushing forward when the world is telling you to rest. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is fire. Motivation may light the first step, but discipline carries you all the way to the finish line, over mountains, through storms, and past every obstacle standing in your path. Every champion, every person who achieved extraordinary success knows this truth. Motivation is a luxury. Discipline is a necessity. The most powerful people in the world do not wait for feelings to guide them. They make decisions, they stick to them. They create habits that enforce action, even when the mind rebels. When you wake up early, when you grind even when tired, when you push through discomfort, you are building a fortress around your success. Discipline creates momentum, and momentum makes action automatic, unstoppable, inevitable. Lazy people wait to feel motivated. They chase inspiration. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, the perfect mindset. Winners don't wait. Winners create the conditions. Winners force the action, and through action, they generate results, which fuels more action. Motivation is seductive because it feels good. It makes you feel like you're ready, like you're capable, like you're on track, but feelings are fragile. They change with the weather, with your mood, with the smallest setback. Discipline does not care. Discipline says, I don't care how you feel. I will act anyway. I will move anyway. I will win anyway. That is the difference between those who talk about dreams and those who live them. Motivation can. OT beat laziness. Motivation cannot carry you through pain, through struggle, through sacrifice. Discipline does. When everyone else is resting, when everyone else is delaying, discipline forces you to rise, to move, to dominate. Discipline is the anchor that prevents you from drifting into complacency, from surrendering to delay, from letting excuses chain you down. It is the engine that turns small actions into massive results. You can feel demotivated, unready, uninterested, but discipline will still push you to the edge of greatness. And every step you take under discipline is a step laziness cannot follow. It doesn't matter how tired you are, how bored you are, how scared you are. Discipline says action first, feeling later. Discipline is the backbone of success, the unseen force behind every accomplishment, the reason some people rise while others remain stagnant. Motivation can make you start, but discipline makes you finish. Motivation can excite you, but discipline transforms excitement into results. Every habit you enforce through discipline strengthens your future, hardens your will, and breaks the chains that laziness and excuses are constantly building around you. Discipline is not optional. If you want to achieve, to dominate, to rise above mediocrity, you cannot rely on feeling motivated. You must rely on discipline. You must cultivate it, protect it, worship it, and let it carry you past the limits of fatigue, fear, and comfort. It is the secret weapon nobody talks about, the invisible edge separating dreamers from doers, talkers from winners, losers from champions. And the moment you commit to it, your life changes forever. Time is the only resource you can never get back. And yet most people treat it like it's infinite, like it will magically refill itself, like wasting it today doesn't matter. Every second you scroll, every moment you delay, every hour you choose comfort over action, you are paying a price your future self cannot afford. Time is the most powerful weapon you have, the ultimate equalizer, and the one thing separating ordinary lives from extraordinary ones. Those who master time dominate the world. Those who squander it disappear quietly into mediocrity. You have a choice every second. Use it to build, to grow, to move, to create, or let it slip by unnoticed, unclaimed, and ultimately gone forever. The clock does not care about your excuses. It does not slow down for your comfort. Every tick is a reminder that your life is moving forward with or without your permission, and the question is whether you will be a passenger or the pilot. Imagine if you treated time like gold, like the most precious commodity on the planet, because that is exactly what it is. Every hour invested in learning, in grinding, in building skills, in pushing yourself beyond limits, compounds into massive advantage. Every hour wasted compounds into disadvantage. You think skipping one task, one call, one workout, or one moment of growth is harmless? Do the math. 1 hour lost a day is 7 hours a week, 30 hours a month, 365 hours a year. That is 15 full days gone, and no one can return them. The people who achieve greatness understand this truth. Time is relentless, unforgiving, and it rewards action. Those who respect it, plan it, and fight for every second become unstoppable. Those who ignore it, procrastinate, and chase comfort fall behind, no matter how talented, intelligent, or ambitious they claim to be. There is no negotiation. Every minute spent doubting, hesitating, or delaying is a minute your competitors, your peers, or the world are using to advance. Time does not wait for readiness, for perfect conditions, or for motivation to arrive. Opportunity is not paused for your hesitation. Every second you let slip is a second closer to regret, to lost potential, to dreams that never materialize. The most successful people treat time like a weapon, like a tool, like an edge that must be sharpened every day. The why plan their hours? They defend their focus. They attack their goals relentlessly because they know that even a single wasted moment is a gift stolen from their future. Time is not passive. It is active, and it is moving against you every moment you choose to delay. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to catch up, and the further your dreams drift away. You cannot control the world. You cannot control opportunity, but you can control how you spend every second you are given. Use it wisely, ruthlessly, deliberately. Turn every tick of the clock into action, progress, and advantage. Protect your time as if it were life itself, because it is. Respect it, dominate it, and never, ever surrender it to laziness, distraction, or delay. Those who learn to master time gain the power to multiply their results, accelerate their success, and dominate their future. Those who ignore it become spectators in the lives of people who acted while they hesitated. The question is simple. Will you let time pass you by, or will you seize it, weaponize it, and turn every second into a stepping stone toward power, success, and freedom? The clock is always ticking, and every tick is a call to action, a reminder that the life you dream of is waiting, but only for those who use their most valuable weapon with relentless precision, courage, and urgency, thinking about change, dreaming about success, planning about the future. None of it matters until you take action. Action is the only thing that separates talkers from winners, dreamers from doers, excuses from results. You can strategize all day, write plans, make lists, envision the life you want, but unless you move, nothing changes. Action is the cure to laziness, the antidote to fear, the weapon against delay. Every second you hesitate, every time you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, the opportunity slips further from your grasp. Action turns potential into power, ideas into results, and intentions into achievements. It doesn't matter if the first step is small, messy, or uncertain. What matters is that you step forward, waiting for the perfect moment. The right energy or full confidence is a trap. Perfection is an illusion. The world rewards those who act, not those who wait. The people who dominate their fields, achieve financial freedom, or break the limits of ordinary life did not wait for certainty. They acted in spite of fear, in spite of doubt, in spite of discomfort. Action is the spark that ignites momentum. One step forward breeds another, and before you know it, the inertia of movement overpowers the resistance of laziness. Momentum is the magic that excuses, fear, and hesitation cannot touch. Every time you act, you weaken the grip of procrastination. Every time you do instead of dream, you strengthen your confidence, sharpen your skills, and increase your influence over your life. Inaction is invisible, but it is deadly. It builds silently, quietly, and before you notice, months have passed and your life is still where it was a year ago. You wanted change, but you delayed. You wanted growth, but you hesitated. You wanted freedom, but you paused. Action removes doubt, kills excuses, and demands results. It is not always comfortable. It is not always safe. It is not always easy, but nothing worth having ever is. Every step you take toward your goals, every call you make, every decision you execute, every risk you embrace chips away at the chains of laziness and builds the foundation of power, influence, and success. Action is not just a behavior, it is a mindset, a commitment to refuse delay, a declaration that your life will not be defined by waiting, by hesitation, or by fear. You may fail, you may stumble, you may fall, but action ensures progress. Failure is temporary. Stagnation is permanent. The person who moves, even imperfectly, always ends up ahead of the one who waits for perfect timing. The cure to mediocrity, to lost opportunities, to the quiet death of your pot. Potential is movement, decisiveness, relentless execution. When you take action, you force the world to respond. You create opportunities that didn't exist. You gain clarity, confidence, and experience that waiting can never give. Laziness whispers, not now, maybe later, but action screams, I am here, I am unstoppable, I will move, I will conquer, I will win. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Every hour, every minute, every second counts. Do something, anything. Start, push, execute, move. The moment you act, you defeat procrastination, weaken fear, and reclaim the power that lies dormant within you. There is no magic pill, no shortcut, no guarantee. There is only action, repeated, relentless, unstoppable, and it is the only cure for a life defined by delay and destroyed by laziness. So here is the choice in front of you. Stay lazy, stay comfortable, stay small, and watch your future collapse silently. Or stand up, cut off distraction, master self-discipline, and take control, starting now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when it feels right. Now, because laziness is killing your future, and the only person who can fix it is you. Today, start moving.